Right, hello everyone, my name is Salman, I'm from LG243 and today I'm going to talk about passive voices. This is the final take, hopefully. Alright, passive forms. Now these are used when we focus on the object of an active sentence. Alright, what's an active sentence then? Active sentence is a typical kind of sentence, okay? For example, Lisa feeds the cat. In this sentence, the structure would be subject, verb, then object. The subject here being Lisa, then the verb feeds, then the object being acted upon, the cat. Lisa feeds the cat. Now, in a passive sentence, we switch the roles of the object and subject. So the object earlier, the cat, we put it to the front. The cat is fed by Lisa. Okay, so the object became the subject of the sentence now, and then we put the subject as the object. So the cat is fed by Lisa. Now, why do we use passive sentences? Okay, one is for when we want to focus, when we want to shift the focus of something. Okay, for example, the Mona Lisa. Okay, if you were writing about the Mona Lisa, then maybe we want to shift the focus on the painting. So we would say something like, the Mona Lisa was painted by Leonardo da Vinci in the 16th century. But if we were talking about Leonardo da Vinci, we talked about his early life, we talked about his career, and then we want to talk about the Mona Lisa. Then maybe we would use an active sentence then. Leonardo painted the Mona Lisa in the 16th century. So this is a subjective kind of use. It depends on the writer and how the writer wants to focus on which item in the sentence. Then we have processes or procedures when we want to describe something being done. Okay, for example, when I did microbiology, we did a lot of tests and we had to write a lot of lab reports. So in the lab reports, we will need to list the procedures down, and we use passive voice. Can't use active voice because in an experiment, the focus is not on me who is doing the experiment, it's on the experiment itself. That's the important part. So let's just say I leave the petri dish, right, for 1 hour, and then I come back to observe any changes. The way I would write it is, the petri dish is left for 1 hour. After that, results are recorded or observed. So the wrong way to write it in the active sentence would be, I leave the petri dish for 1 hour and then I observe any changes. Okay, that's wrong because it's focusing on me, which is not what the point of an experiment is. It's supposed to be on the object, right? Okay, then we would use passive sentences to describe creators, or be giving credit to creators, or the lack thereof. So we kind of discussed about it in the Mona Lisa example. So I want to emphasize about the lack thereof part. So let's just say you have never seen a building before, okay? You came back to your hometown maybe, and there's a new building. So if you ask your mom, she would say something like, the building was constructed last year. So it didn't credit anyone there, didn't say the name of the company, mainly because she did not know who made it. She did not keep track of the construction company, or it's not a relevant topic in the sentence. Okay, you just asked when it was constructed, so it's not necessary to put the creator there. So that's a few ways in regards to crediting creators. And then we have being polite or being formal. So being polite or being in an official situation, usually you might want to use the passive voice because it sounds more formal, it sounds polite. One example would be as an announcer at the airport. If a flight is delayed, the announcer would say something like this: "Dear customers, your flight has been delayed for 30 minutes. We are sorry for any inconveniences." That sounds polite, and it sounds like it's not directed to the airline company who delayed the flight, as opposed to something like, "Dear customers, dear customers, we delayed your flight for 30 minutes. We are sorry for any inconveniences." That kind of puts the focus on the airline company who delayed the flight, and that would just make people angry, you know what I mean? So by shifting the focus on the flight has been delayed, and without mentioning you yourself who delayed the flight, it sounds formal, and it doesn't stir up any situations there. Now, to make a passive sentence, we use this formula: to be plus past participle. Okay, past participle of the verb. It's we call it past participle form. It's not indicative of any tenses, and passive sentences can be used in many different tenses. Here we have three as examples. Now, for past simple tense, which is things happening in the past, happened in the past, an active sentence would be something like this: Pixar animated the movie. Okay, simple sentence. Now, to turn it into a passive sentence, we would take the object, the movie, then we put it to the front. The movie was animated, because we use the past participle of animated, right? So we need to put was animated by Pixar, the subject. And then for present continuous, which is when something is currently ongoing, example sentence here is, John is painting a model. Okay, so the object here is a model, so we put that to the front. Well, you can say a model, or you can also change it to the model. The model is being painted by John. Okay, painting is changed to is being painted as the past participle form. Then the model is being painted by John. Now, then we have future perfect tense. This is when before a point in time in the future, something would have happened. Okay, for example here, Camille would have finished his designs before Monday. Okay, so before Monday, Camille would have finished the designs. Now, to turn it into a passive sentence, remember, we need to take the object that was being acted upon. Now, in this case, will have finished his designs. So we put designs in the front. The designs will have been finished. Okay, will have finished. Change to past participle form. Will have been finished by Camille before Monday. Okay, time or object of preposition, it's safe to put it at the back in the sentence. Okay, now we have some example sentences for you to get some exercises in. So pause the video and we'll discuss it later. All right, time's up. So let's take a look at past participle here. For example, the first sentence here: Adam submitted the project last week. Okay, so what is the object of this sentence? Is it last week or the project? Yes, it would be the project. Okay, submitted the project. So we put the project to the front. The project submitted is changed to past participle, was submitted by Adam last week. Now, present continuous. Gordon is scolding his chef in the back room. Now, which one is the object? That's right, his chef. So we put chef at the front. We will have to change it to the. The chef is being scolded by Gordon. Okay, scolding, we turn it to past participle, is being scolded by Gordon in the back room. Now, future perfect tense. they will have painted the wall before the ceremony. Now, to change it, we need to identify the object. So in this case, we'll have painted the wall. Okay, the wall is being acted upon, so we put it at the front. The wall will have been painted by them before the ceremony. Okay, objects of prepositions, you can put it at the back. That's safer. It's safer that way. All right, that's all for my presentation today. Thank you for watching. I hope that helped here and there in understanding this topic. All right, see ya.